Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Alan Kistler, and we are here at the MoCCA Festival.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
I believe that you do. Hi, I'm Lauren Barnett from Me Likes You Comics.
You're here at MoCCA. How's it been so far?
It's been really great. I've met a lot of great people, sold some comics, traded some comics with other artists.
Now, what's specifically the upshot to this show besides just selling your stuff online through eBay and stuff like that?
Just the person-to-person ability of, actually being able to answer questions right there and talk about my work with the people before they buy it or, while they're deciding, and the interaction between other artists. It's really great.
Show us what you got.
Well, I have my new comic that I talked about in the last interview. It's finished. And I have my 2 other mini comics, my teeny mini.
Well, that's phenomenal. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. I'm sure you're going to continue having fun. More fans, I'm sure, will show up.
I hope so.
We'll try to pimp as many of them to you as we possibly can.
Great. Thanks for stopping by.
We're recording. Here, take a step, just a half step closer to him. All right, cool.
Not too close.
Okay, start asking.
All right. So we're here at MoCCA with you guys. You guys are doing an animation thing. Why don't you just introduce yourselves and give us a quick rundown of what you're doing here?
Well, my name is Patrick Walsh. This is our first. We have a company called Walsh Family Media. We're doing a feature film, an animated feature film. It's one of my partners, Andrew Baggio. What's up? What's up? It's an animator. We got Andrew, or what's your name? Aaron McGriff. He's been with me for 3 years. He's also a partner. It's our first year at MoCCA. We're doing an animated feature film.
It's called The Cool Beans. We Need a Hit. It's about basically a record executive. He's on the top of his game. He's been CEO of Marigold Records for years. They haven't had a hit in 2 years. He got into a side venture, and now they're kind of down and out. They owe a lot of money, and basically guys are coming wanting to collect that money. They say you've got to the end of the day to find the next big hit. And so there's 2 rival bands. There's the Cool Beans. They're kind of good guys. They're sort of influenced by the Beatles, the Bad Seeds, and they kind of play dirty. They're sort of the rival band, and they're all competing for this record contract. So there's a lot of zany stuff that ensues, and really kind of old school flair, Chuck Jones style, a lot of really cartoony animation, and it's just fun.
Heavily influenced by Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
What's fun about it is it's a little off the cuff. It's a little edgy.
Yeah, we have a whole host of sites. WashFamilyMedia.com. You can check out the company site, a lot of different projects that we're working on. And then to check out the film, our first film, We Need a Hit, thecoolbeansmovie.com. There's activities on there for kids. You can meet the characters, little bios, background on the story. So it's a lot of fun. Check out thecoolbeansmovie.com and WashFamilyMedia.com.
Well, we're here at MoCCA. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the beautiful people of the internet?
Hi, I'm Tyler Chintana, artist, writer, American Terrorist. Adrenaline was my first book. American Terrorist, it's a story about political dissent and activism. Kind of asks the question of where's the line crossed between peaceful protest and violent uprising. Sort of taking a look at everything we've seen in the last decade or more. I mean, I think it's almost timeless in some sense. About people who get caught up in the excitement. They go from doing something they think is just helping people get informed. Things go wrong. They end up on the run from the law, labeled as terrorists by the media, and it becomes this big thing where they're being chased, sort of Bonnie and Clyde-ish in that sense.
Outside, hopefully by the time I get back, you said this editing is pointless.
I did not edit this.
Keep up the mediocre.
I did not edit this, okay?
The new Flash series coming out is starring Barry Allen, who is the second person to use the Flash name. He's the fastest man alive, and he is considered the classic Flash to many fans. But we wanted to give you a rundown of the other Flashes. See what I did there? Rundown.
The original Flash was a man called Jay Garrick. He was a golden age superhero, brilliant college student who one day during an experiment inhaled some crazy fumes and all of a sudden his body sped up. First thing he did when this happened, told the hot girl that he had a crush on so she would maybe, go out with him. Second thing he did, he became a superhero and called himself the Flash. Hey, fun fact, the whole telling the girl to impress, and get a date worked out because he and Joan got married. So guys, there's hope if you become a superhero. And Telehotchik.
By moving his fist at superhuman speed, Jay Garrick could punch through concrete, because the faster an object moves, the more its mass increases. He could even slice through the barrel of a gun by karate chopping it at superhuman speed. He could run up the sides of buildings, outrunning gravity. He could run across water. In 1956, DC Comics decided to get back into the superhero game after they'd stopped doing it for the most part for a few years. They decided to bring a new Flash. This was Barry Allen. Barry Allen was what was called a police scientist, what we now call a CSI. He was a nice guy, really cool, had a girlfriend, Iris, that he was going to get married to later. He grew up reading comic books. He loved comic books, he loved superheroes. Barry one night was working late in the lab. Lightning bolt came in through the window, hit a rack of chemicals in front of him. They electrified and exploded on him. He now had incredible speed, just like Jay Garrick. In fact, superior to Jay Garrick. He could vibrate his molecules so quickly that he would actually pass through solid matter. He even found out how to change his molecular frequency so he could travel to parallel Earths or go through time. Other superheroes, they would wear costumes underneath their normal clothing. Barry Allen, he worked around cops. He didn't want to accidentally be discovered, so he hid his costume in his ring. He would open the ring, it would pop out, and on exposure to oxygen, it would expand, he would change its superhuman speed, he would be the Flash. No one else had a costume that wacky and cool. During the first crisis, the Crisis on Infinite Earths, Barry Allen made the ultimate sacrifice. He saved the universe while also becoming one with it, running past light speed and exploding in a huge blast of energy.
Wally West was introduced as the original Kid Flash. Iris Allen's nephew didn't quite get along with Barry Allen, but got hit by lightning, and after Crisis on Infinite Earths, when Barry seems like he dies, Wally steps up and becomes the new Flash, becoming the first second-generation hero to step up and take his mentor's mantle. Love that phrase.
Wally always wondered how exactly they were able to do these impossible things as the Flash. Like, how were they able to run around the world at lightning speed without starving to death? Well, they eventually learned that they drew the energy from a force that they called the Speed Force. Just about all of the speedsters in the DC Comics world do draw their energy from this Speed Force.
After learning more about the Speed Force, Wally actually was able to use it to give himself some new interesting powers. He could actually lend speed now to objects in motion, so he could use this in combat or also share his speed with other people now. His energy changed so that now when he vibrated through solid matter, it would blow up behind him. Wally also learned how to create a costume out of solidified Speed Force energy, literally willing his outfit into existence.
Wally eventually married reporter Linda Park. Now he has kids.
During the big story Final Crisis, Barry Allen actually came back. He basically reverse engineered himself from being photons and energy back into physical matter. Exactly how this happened and why this happened, we learned about more in Flash Rebirth. So if you're really curious, go check that out. One thing we'll tell you about Rebirth is that Barry actually learned he is the source, the engine behind the Speed Force. With every running step he takes, he's actually sending out energy through space and time, which empowers speedsters everywhere. To explain his absence, Barry Allen has told people that he was in a witness protection program, and so he and his wife Iris are now reestablishing their life in Central City. Now that Barry's back in action, Wally has changed his costume just a little bit more so that it's easier for people to tell the difference between him and Barry. Jay Garrick, Barry Allen, Wally West. That's all you need to know about the Flashes. Check out the new series. We hope you enjoy it, and go back and read the old stuff, because a lot of it is really, really cool. Flash fact.